Okay, for our first card, we have this Strength card. So it looks like the universe is basically letting us know that we are definitely going to have to rely on our inner strength. If we have a point that we need to make to others, the best way to make this point is to do it through unconditional love and understanding. So you don't want to bark it at someone. You just want to approach the situation from a loving point of view and be very gentle. You will be able to make your point if you do it gently. Now, this also shows that you are in control of your mental faculties, so you're not allowing that fear to creep in, which can, do a lot of damage, but you guys are in control. But overall, you're being asked to rely on your inner strength for this month. Okay, for our circumstances card, we have the Star in the reversed position. So this is indicating that something that you have wished for, something you've hoped for, it just simply has not panned out. So this has made Cappy very unhappy, so to speak. Now, ultimately, this is about a test, a faith test, if you will. And sometimes if we want something, we'll be tested. How bad do you want it? And if we don't have much faith, well, this is exactly why it's popping up here. Maybe you felt like it wouldn't work out, or maybe you feel like circumstances are just conspiring against you. This card can also indicate that perhaps some of you may be dealing with depression. Some of you may be dealing with anxiety disorders. Yeah. Some of you may be experiencing some sleepless nights as well. And well, that only adds more to the anxiety side. So don't stress yourself out too much, Caps, okay? You guys are so hard on yourself. As it is, you don't need to be beating yourself down, okay? You have the inner strength to make it through any problem that is thrown your way, okay? And sometimes this card comes up if we're feeling hopeless. You may feel like a certain situation or, something that you'd wish for is just absolutely hopeless. Sometimes if we don't receive something that we've asked for or we've wished for or that we've went after and worked for, well, naturally that hurts, but sometimes we are denied it for a reason because it's not really in our best interest. Now, that may sting a bit, but sometimes we just can't always see the entire road, should we have gotten this path. And maybe it wouldn't have been to our benefit. I'm a firm believer that when one door closes, another opens. And, it's like when you complete one chapter, we're on to the next chapter, Now, that's not to say that this is a total loss, okay? Because if you simply change your thoughts and your mind frame, you need to have unshakable faith. You need to have belief that you can have whatever you want. Even this. If it's for the good, you can have it. Now, if it'll bring you harm later on down the line, then the universe may keep saying no. Sorry. But that happens for a reason. So anytime we are told no repeatedly, from the universe, we need to pay attention, because it's not for our, it doesn't benefit us in the long run. So do take care of yourself. I don't want you guys getting caught in the cycle of depression. And maybe some of you guys are really overworking yourselves past the point of physical and mental exhaustion. So try to take it easy on yourself. Take a break. Give yourself some time to take a rest, regroup, think about things, but if you give yourself some time off to try to de-stress, this can allow us to renew our energy so that we can come back to the situation and look at it in a different light. Because sometimes we just need to change something, and then that can turn everything around and make it go in our direction. Now, this is the focus card, and here we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is about receiving messages in regards to a project that you started. You're probably waiting for messages, most likely regarding financial type of matters, or maybe even investment type of messages. Maybe you're waiting for a message about a job. Maybe you're waiting about a message to see if you have passed a test, an exam of some sort. So when the page is in the upright position, this would indicate, good news regarding whatever you've been waiting to hear about. So that's positive. Now, we will be clarifying. If you watch my readings, then I love details. We're going to clarify. If you have just happened across this channel, we will be clarifying because we're going to get more details. And if this is your first time viewing one of my readings, welcome. Okay, here we have the card of your recent past, or the energy that is passing. It's moving away from you. Now here we have the Knight of Wands in the reversed position. So this is indicating that recently you had experienced some chaotic situations, either in your home life or your work life, or even both for some of you. Now, this can also indicate that you may have a personal conflict. This can also indicate that there could be some jealousy. Yeah. Ouch. But, it is what it is. I gotta say it. It'll resonate with some of you, and for others, it won't. But I still have to put it out there, because it definitely means something. So, but most of all, this is about insecurity, feeling self-doubt, even vulnerability. And with this type of energy, it can make you come across as a bit narrow-minded, and maybe even a bit argumentative. Things may be postponed, put off, delayed. Things are not going right at work or at home, or both, but this too shall pass. And it's in your recent past, so it is passing. So that's a good thing. At least it's in the past position. Now, this is the card of the present, the here and the now energy. We have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is about deciding to walk away from a situation in which you cared a lot about, okay? This could be a relationship, like a romantic relationship or a marriage, but this could also be a work relationship or or a work partnership. Now, this woman, she's carefully stacked her cups and she's walking away. She's abandoning them because she is in search of something better. She's in search of something with higher meaning. She's just simply ready to go see, is the grass greener on the other side? Because I'm kind of tired of where I've been at. So she's simply walking away. She's abandoning a situation. So for you, perhaps you walked away from someone, romantically, or maybe you walked away from someone, that was maybe a business partner, or this could even be, in general, friendship, but this would be with someone that you have some history with, someone that you care about. But you walk away from the situation. You're doing what you feel is best. Now, here we have our near future card. And this is the Death card. Now, let me just put this out here immediately. This does not mean you're going to die. Some people see this card and they literally flip out like, am I going to die? No, not right now. So, basically, it makes sense. You're walking away from a situation, you're abandoning it because, you're tired of the same old thing. You're ready for something new. For one thing to live, another must die. It's like finishing, say we have a series of books. Say you've been on book 2 and you just finished book 2. Well, now you're moving on to book 3, so the death of book 2, you're done. You're moving on to the third. That's pretty general and generic and basic interpretation there, but it's to the point. This is about ending one particular phase in your life and you're walking away from it, okay? You're walking away from what you know. But you're doing it because you know that is what's in your best interest. You know that you cannot stay within a certain situation because it's not benefiting you. It's doing nothing but causing you more problems. So you have to walk away from it. And when you walk away from it, things do get better. So while this may be experienced as negative in the beginning, because change is not easy, walking away from what we know and what we have known for so long, that can be a little scary. But we're walking away because we desire something better and we know that what we're walking away from has done nothing but held us back. It hasn't done us any good, and so we know it's time to leave it in the past and walk away. I gotta go forward. And when you do go forward, better opportunities will present themselves. Yes, going into the unknown can be a little scary, but it's necessary. And again, you're not going to die, okay? Okay, here we have our Judgment card. This is for the attitude position. Now, when we have Judgment in the reverse position, this is indicating that you are not hearing or seeing the true nature of a particular situation. So there is a situation occurring in your life in which you are not seeing the true nature of it. Okay, this is how other people see you, and here we have the Emperor. So, the Emperor, we could also refer to him as the Father card. So, this could be your father for some of you, because this is the card position of how other people see you. But in general, the Emperor is an authority figure, okay? And he's really good at mediating as well. He has good logic, good reasoning abilities. He weighs things carefully before he makes a decision. And when he does make a decision, he makes a decision that benefits all parties concerned. But overall, the Emperor is about taking control. So I think you guys are ready to take control of your life. You're ready to be an authority. Most of you probably are in an authoritative type of position. And if you aren't, then you want to be at some point. But ultimately, this could be within our own personal life as well. You're simply just taking control of the situation and handling it yourself. You know what is best, what's going to work, and what's not going to work. Now, this is the hopes and fears position. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse position. So, this is about having renewed interest, ready to get out there, go enjoy life, have a good time. There was a loss beforehand, and you're just ready to heal up and go have a good time. You're ready to be free. You're ready to have some freedom. You're ready to go enjoy life and hang out with some friends, maybe even go traveling with friends, things of that nature. And can also indicate a new love interest and, opportunities as well. So, right now it appears as a hope. We'll see what happens later when I clarify. Okay, for the final outcome card, we have the World. Hey, hell yes, okay? Excuse my language, but I'm loving this. The World card. This is, having attainment of, lessons learned. You've been through many trials and tribulations, and you've learned from them. And this is like a karmic blessing, saying you have made it through all these karmic situations, and the world can be yours. Whatever you may want, you can have with the world. When this card comes up, maybe some of you are deciding, do I want to jump into a relationship, or do I want to go to the next level and maybe perhaps get married, or do I want to buy a new home, or do I want to go after this new job? Whatever it is that you want, whatever goal or desire that you have here, well, karmic rewards, so you can have it. It is within your grasp. Now, for the bottom of the deck, we get 8 of Wands in the reverse position. So, right off the bat, I need to say that this card has a bit of anger. Okay, so you guys may be feeling angry about a certain situation. Maybe you're feeling angry about the lack of movement or the very slow movement of a situation in your life. But you don't want to get angry. That's just not the best way to deal with it, but it's a natural reaction to this situation. So basically, you've put something into motion, but things have just gone so slowly. It's like things may seem to be at a standstill, or they're just moving very, very slow. And it can anger you. But the whole point here is we need to step back and look at this objectively. We need to step back so that we can take a look at the whole entire plan that we put into motion here. You know, what are we missing? What is not right? What is slowing it down? So basically, we need to step back and have an objective type of viewpoint so that we can detect what is wrong within this situation so that, you know, you can fix it. But the first natural reaction is to be angry about what you put into motion not working out. And for a few of you, this can indicate that perhaps you had a new love interest, but it's like fading away now. Okay, let's clarify. Wow. Okay. Chariot. Victory through adversity. This is now the third reading that this has come up in. Death card again. Okay. Yeah, ouch. Double ouch. Okay. But that does not mean that this cannot be worked around. We're going to figure it out. Okay. So we got our strength card. Needing to rely on our inner strength. We clarify, we get the Three of Coins. So the Three of Coins is about an apprenticeship of sort. But this is about working as a team to achieve a goal. And, you know, teamwork makes dream work. And this is also about getting skills and learning maybe a new trade. Maybe some of you have recently shifted your focus and started training for a different set of skills. Or maybe some of you have, say, recently started taking some courses or signed up to go back to school so that you can expand your set of skills. But overall, this is about teamwork and about making things come together through the use of a team. Everyone has their certain things that they need to do, and everyone works together to make this happen. And this can also indicate that perhaps you may receive some recognition or an award for the teamwork that you've done. So that's positive. Now, this was our circumstances card, and we had the star in the reverse position. So this is our faith is being tested. Maybe you'd wished for something, or you put a lot of work into something that you've been wanting. It doesn't work out, so then it kind of makes you feel a bit hopeless. You may feel like the situation's a lost cause. Some of you may be a bit depressed. You're definitely being hard on yourself. Some of you may even be experiencing some anxiety disorders. And some of you may be overworking yourself so much to the point of physical and mental exhaustion. And, you know, there could be some sleepless nights here. But we clarify, we get the Queen of Coins. Now, the Queen of Coins, She's very secure financially and materially. But what this woman has is confidence. Were you lacking confidence? Were you lacking the belief that what you wanted could actually happen? Because the Queen of Coins, she likes to work from behind the scenes. She's financially stable, but she wants other people to be financially stable as well. And so she has no problem working behind the scenes and to help others with becoming financially independent and obtaining their own wealth. So with this combination, to me, it seems like not all hope is lost. But overall, you need to embrace the confidence. You need to have confidence, okay? Believe in yourselves, Capricorns. Come on. Now, here we had our focus card. We had the Page of Wands. So, messages coming in. You know, this could be message about a job. This could be a message about, you know, the results of an exam or a test you may have taken. Financial messages, but, you know, these messages could also be about love for some of you, okay? Now, when the Ace of Cups is in the reverse position, the emotions are running away from us here. And it's like a pouring out of emotions. It can make us feel pretty insecure, especially in regards to romantic relationships. So, for some of you, maybe someone reached out. Maybe they're like, can we work this out? But maybe you have a fear of starting over. Like it'll just go to crap again. Maybe someone new has arrived in your life and it's making you feel a little insecure. Maybe you don't know if you should trust this person. Now, the big thing here is with the Ace of Cups in reverse, a lot of times we're just simply bored. We're tired. We're just over this day-to-day monotonous routine crap. You know, we're ready for a change because we're tired of feeling like we're stuck, you know. We can only handle so much of the same exact thing day to day for so long. And so, you know, this could occur within a romantic relationship. This could occur within a marriage. This could occur within a business partnership. This could occur, you know, with a coworker. Maybe you're having a hard time trusting. Maybe you fear that things may not work out. Someone may present you with an opportunity, and maybe you have a fear that it just won't work out. You know, insecurity comes up in a big way here. And I don't want you guys being insecure, and I definitely don't want you guys going through this whole self-doubting type of thing. No negative self-talk, okay? Don't put yourselves down. You're too hard on yourselves. Okay, this was our card of our recent past or what is passing. We had the Knight of Wands. So this was about personal conflict, jealousy, you know, all of that fun slash icky stuff, you know. Things at home or in a, you know, work type of environment simply being out of control. Like nothing is right, nothing's working out. You know, insecurity, lacking self-esteem, self-confidence, maybe feeling a bit argumentative. We clarify we received the Page of Coins in the reverse position. So, for a few of you, this will resonate. Maybe you're in a bad mood because of some information that you receive about one of your children, or that you received about one of your children. Maybe they weren't doing so good at school. Maybe they disappointed you. And so this can definitely rally you up, and you know, this could definitely indicate issues on the home front or within the work life. Now, this can also indicate that perhaps some of you received some not so great information regarding your finances. And this led to you feeling argumentative, insecure, lacking self-confidence, doing the whole self-doubting thing. Yeah, so for some of you, I feel like you receive some you know, messages that are just not what you want to hear. And maybe some of you were waiting on messages and never received them, so that can occur as well. Yeah, so, and then, you know, like I said, there's a few of you that perhaps this is stemming from a child. And also, you know, for some of you, maybe you had an exam that you took and maybe you received some information that you failed. So you may be being super hard on yourself right now. And stop that. If that's what you're doing, stop it. It's not going to help you to be all negative and self-talk on, you know, bad self-talk. You know, be confident. Be confident. Okay. This was our card position of the present, the here and the now energy. We had our Eight of Cups. She stacked her cups up and she's walking away. She's abandoning a situation because she desires something new, something better, something with higher purpose. We clarify, we get the Chariot. This is beautiful. This is victory through adversity. So no matter how many problems are thrown your way, you're like, you know what? I'm still moving forward. You're not going to throw me off track. I'm going to do what I set out to do. And I say good one, because don't let nobody take you off your track. You got to do what's best for you, and only you know what's best for you, okay? So yes, the Chariot. You can achieve whatever goal that you're after here. You can achieve it. You're going to experience some adversity in regards to it, but you'll be able to handle that just fine. Don't worry. And also, any type of enemy or adversary you may have, if they try to make trouble for you, don't worry. You'll be triumphant. You'll be fine. Okay, here was the card of the near future. We have the Death card. So this is about ending one phase of our life and beginning a new phase. We clarify, we get the Seven of Coins in the reverse position. So for some of you may have invested a lot of your time, a lot of your hard work, a lot of your energy into, say, maybe an investment. Or maybe you invested a lot of your time, hard work, money, whatever, into a particular job. And it shows little to no value. It doesn't pay you what you're actually worth. You know, this could be an investment gone bad. There is a loss of money when this card is in the reverse position. Money is dropping away from us. And hence the death card. So this financial loss here is the reason, ultimately, that we're desiring to make this major change. Now, something to mention here. I know I've mentioned it on previous videos, but again, transiting Pluto is in the sign of Capricorn. Now, Pluto rules Scorpio, and the death card is ruled by Scorpio. Okay? And this is about life, death, rebirth. Okay? And sometimes things have to go because they're not benefiting us. They're not allowing us to grow. Some things are simply holding us back in life. And so these types of things pop up to force us to move in another direction. And essentially that's what transiting Pluto is doing in Capricorn right now, is we are being shown or going through experiences where things are breaking down. Certain situations in our life are breaking down. And it doesn't help that Saturn has now joined with Pluto in Capricorn. Thankfully, they're farther apart, but yeah. But for now, any situation that is breaking down in your life and it's not working out, is breaking down for a reason. It can seem a bit cruel when you're going through it, shaking your fist at the sky like, why? Why is this happening to me? But it's happening because this situation was not benefiting you in the long run, or it was not going to provide you with any more growth. It's like you've already obtained as much growth as you could within that situation, and maybe you've just refused to let go of that situation. And so Pluto can come in and say, now I'm going to tear down the structure because you need to walk away and go in a new direction. There's nothing left for you here. And like a phoenix, out of his ashes, it will rise again. And each time you rise out of the ashes, you're much stronger than the last time. So this is not physical death, okay? But it's going to be the death of a particular situation, and to me it seems like it's of a financial nature. Which, you know, I'm going to jump ahead here. The bottom of the deck is 10 of coins, so this can also be about corporate, like corporate type of businesses, businesses, that are handed down through families, Things are not going good. The businesses are failing. They're not seeing profits. There's a loss of money. It can even be a tremendous loss of money. And it makes sense that it would come out, because this is why the death card is here, because you need to move past that. Yes, you may experience the financial loss of some sort here, but it's ultimately propelling you towards this, to where you can actually have whatever you want. Pluto can seem all mean and horrible and cruel, But there's always a good side, it's just we got to get through that negative part first. No one enjoys this, an existing structure within our life being ripped apart into, oblivion. That's not cool. It's not fun. But it does have a purpose, because that situation or that person or whatever it may be is holding us back. It's preventing us from growing. It's preventing us from being who we could be. And so that, it comes in and it destroys that structure to force us to go down a new path. And ultimately, it's always for the better. It just takes time before you can see that. But trust me, you'll be able to notice when you look back years from now, and you'll be like, okay, these changes were necessary, because I couldn't have made it to where I am now had I not gone through this. Okay, we had our attitude card, Judgment in reverse. Not seeing the true nature of a situation. So we clarify, we get the Faith card, which is also known as the Hierophant. And, maybe you're not seeing the true nature of a situation within a marriage. Maybe you're not seeing the true nature of a situation regarding something that would have to do with the church or the education system. Anything that's considered traditional, conventional. Now, this could also indicate that perhaps you decide to take a traditional path and not rebel and do what's considered unconventional. And maybe you have decided to just simply take a backseat to what you really want to do, and you're just going with what tradition and conventional would expect of you. But they're still not seeing the true nature of a situation. Plus, we could also say that you need to have faith. But I also want to mention here, maybe you're not seeing the true nature of the situation regarding not receiving this wish, because the Star card is about faith, about having faith, about believing. When it's in the reverse position, our faith is gone, and we need to have unshakable faith, okay, in order to achieve this and to turn this Star card around to make it move in a positive direction for us. So maybe you're not seeing the true nature of why this hasn't worked out so far. Maybe you're lacking, confidence. But maybe you definitely were lacking faith that this could happen. And if you're lacking faith, then, that's exactly why it happened. But for some of you, faith is not exactly the issue. So then maybe you were lacking confidence. Okay. So this was the card of how other people see you. We had the Emperor. This is authority. This could also be, us dealing with people in authority as well. But ultimately, you're taking control of the situation or taking control of your life. Maybe you're put in a position of authority. Maybe you're already in a position of authority. But we clarify, we get the King of Coins. So I love this card. I mean, if you need financial advice, this is your king right here. This is who you want to talk to. Because this man knows how to make money. And he also enjoys being able to teach others how to make money as well. If you have a financial question, especially regarding, banking, investments, real estate type deals, all the type of things in that nature, this is a wonderful energy. So maybe this is the energy that you guys are embracing, that you're channeling. Because you desire to have your financial stability. You're ready to accumulate some wealth. Which I know that's like, yes, of course, I'm Capricorn. I love my money. So yeah, maybe you're simply taking charge and you're going out and you're making your money. But don't lack self-confidence, because that will get in the way. And fear can also get in the way here. Fear and insecurity, self-doubt, these are the things that just keep coming up here. Okay, this was our hopes or fears. We had the Four of Cups in the reverse position. So this was about having gone through something, typically a loss of some sort. It tends to make us go within. It makes us leery. We don't want to trust. So when it's, in the reverse position, we've calmed down. We're getting ourselves back together. We have a renewed, passion. We're ready to go out and enjoy life. Go hang out with friends, go traveling, just go experience life. So she's essentially saying, yeah, I think I will take this cup of wine. Now we clarify and we get the Death card again. So it's like, this cup here that looks like a cup of wine, well, it just may be a cup of bullshit, okay? So maybe that's what you fear, is that it's a cup of bullshit. Because everything's leading towards, this major transition, this change. It's got to happen. Scorpio, so, it's also the Pluto card. Don't let that get you down, okay? Because all of these things happen for a reason, and they do push us towards better things. It just takes time to unfold for us to clearly see that. Now we had our final outcome card, the World. And this is us going through many different karmic lessons, and we've learned them. And we're being awarded, we're being recognized by the universe. And, karmic blessings, whatever dream you have, whatever, goals, desires you have, you can achieve them with the World. Because you've been through your lessons, you've learned them, and, you passed your universal exam, so to speak. And so, whatever karmic rewards you would like, they can be yours here. Now we clarify, and we have the King of Swords in the reverse position. So, the King of Swords, he's not so nice when he is in this position here. He's been through a loss of some sort. And he just doesn't know how to handle it. It's making him overly emotional. See, typically he would weigh things out. Good logic, reasoning ability, weighing the pros and cons of each thing. And he's lost his balance. So now he is overly emotional, and he is thinking with his emotions rather than with his intellect. And this loss makes him very moody. And it can make him want to detach and try to isolate himself a little bit, because he just doesn't know how to handle all the feelings that he's feeling, and he would just rather be alone. And sometimes there can be an issue where you don't necessarily tell the whole entire truth about a certain situation in your life. Maybe there's shame, maybe there's guilt. But if that resonates with you, stop being hard on yourself. Because this is a gift. This is karmic rewards. This is karmic blessings. You're being recognized by the universe as you've been through many trials and tribulations, and you've aced them. And you deserve these karmic rewards. So while you may have went through a loss, you don't want to sit there and be overly moody and detached, because you need to take advantage of this. Take advantage of this energy. Don't get wrapped up and consumed by a loss that you go through. Pick up your bootstraps and get going. Head towards this world card, because let me tell you, you can achieve what you want. Yes, something may not work out, but you know what? If it didn't work out, it didn't work out for a reason. But it doesn't take away from this blessing. It's still here. You're still being recognized for all of the work that you've done. So don't waste this. Now, for some of you, this could indicate that maybe someone may have it out for you a little bit. Maybe someone sees that you're getting past your loss, you're dealing with it, and you're moving full steam ahead towards your karmic rewards. Maybe they desire to throw you off of your track. They can't do it, though. They can't do it. They can try. They can piss you off. But ultimately, the only person that can take you off of your track is you. Because you are literally being protected by the universe right now. You're being protected. So anyone that has any ill will for you, they're not going to succeed. They may feel like they get to succeed momentarily, but ultimately, in the end game, oh no, they won't succeed. You will. Because you are the one that is protected here. So I know that seems a little negative to you guys, but I'm telling you, I know that the loss may be pretty consuming, but don't let it consume you, okay? It's okay to naturally be upset and moody and want to detach momentarily, but don't drown yourself in that, okay? Don't get stuck in that. Because this could work against you if you do go through a loss and you feel that it's getting the better of you. Maybe you do need to take some time to get everything together. Go within, meditate, find that happy place, okay? You got to get yourself back into balance, because you don't want your emotions controlling the situations as opposed to using your intellect, okay? Because I'm telling you, this is a huge blessing. And while you may have gone through a loss, you're receiving karmic rewards for this loss. Okay? So grab those karmic rewards with both hands, people. Okay? Both hands. Hang on to it, because you've been through a lot of lessons and you deserve this. Don't get caught up in, being overly moody and just being negative, pessimistic. Don't get caught up in that, okay? Like I said, it's okay to withdraw for a little while. It's okay to, be mad that something didn't work out. But I don't want you guys to get stuck in that energy, okay? Because this too shall pass. And look at these karmic rewards. You got this, Capricorn. You got this. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Yeah, it's a setback, but you know what? You can't keep Capricorn down for long. It ain't going to work. Ain't going to work. I got some love oracle cards for you, but I'm not going to clarify them this month, but got some cards for you nonetheless. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Yeah. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment.
February 25th. And the moon moves into Mars's home sign of Aries this morning at 10:47 a.m. Pacific time. And we also have Mercury sextiling Mars today. So it is a Mars day, which means let's take action. And we are fired up with this fire energy. The moon joins Venus, also in Aries. So it is about some independence. It's about focusing on the self and finding happiness and joy and fun and excitement with Aries. We want to get lit up. So what are you feeling passionate about? And then the Sun and Mercury come together today. Well, Mercury steps back to meet the Sun moving forward. And that's tonight at 5:44 p.m. Pacific time. This is Mercury retrograde. From our perspective, moving backwards and stepping into the heart of the Sun tonight. That's tonight, 5:45 p.m. So we are getting some messages from the Sun in this very backwards, beautiful, underwater Piscean manner. So listen in tonight. And we can really communicate about it and take action about it as Mercury is sextiling Mars. So we can communicate and move, take action with these messages that we are getting from the heart of the Sun today. And the Sun is our soul. Mercury is our mind. So our mind is communing with our soul today. In Pisces, underwater sensitivity, psychic emotions and feelings, and Mercury's retrograde in this heart of the Sun. So the messages are hidden, and they're hidden in our feelings and in our intuition. And so let's dive deep into the feelings, even though we're excited with all of this action and fire today. So we can really get a lot done with this energy. Mars sign today, Mars energy today. We want to move. We want to move our bodies and really think about your head today. Our heads are more sensitive. Let's do some head massages for Aries moon and Venus in Aries too. Take care of your head. We're all head first and headstrong with Aries moon. And excited and lit up. And we're on our third day of this Pisces new moon cycle with all of this excitement and messages from our soul today. And we are taking action from these messages from our soul today. What a beautiful, magical day. And we're building. So we are building with these incredible messages from our soul. So listen in today. Listen in, especially around 5:45 p.m. Did I say that enough? So Mercury is on, Mercury is close to us, and the sun is coming together. So there's a lot of Mercury energy, and we're just having to close our eyes and follow in this new direction that is not logic and reason, and swim underwater and listen as we're swimming underwater. Listen to these beautiful messages. So that's really coming for you, air or water signs and earth signs, these messages. And then the fire and air signs, you guys are getting excited today and really wanting to take action. Okay, have a beautiful day, friends. I'm excited. Let's do it. That's Aries motto, and we've got Moon and Venus in Aries today, so let's do it. Okay, I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.